The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today.
Welcome to Third Eye TV, everyone. I'm starting this episode off today by focusing on a clip that I want everybody to look at, because this is something nobody else is talking about on Twitter. As far as I know, I haven't seen anybody else on the internet pick this up. I want you to pay close attention not only to how Travis Scott sings. First of all, you can see him literally trying to suck in this person's energy, their soul, okay? Now, as the camera pans over, pay very close attention. Did you see that? I'm going to slow it down again. I'm going to replay it 3 times, and then I'm going to show the still shots. You see a demon literally come out of Travis Scott and go towards this unconscious person. Wow, this is just such a mind-blowing clip, and I'm honestly shocked I haven't seen anybody else pick up on it. These are the things you'll start to see all the time once you become more aware and your third eye starts to open more and more. In this very first frame, okay, you can see it, some sort of delineation, okay, from the smoke effects in the background. And you can see this clearly defined edge of something breaking out, okay? As we go into the next clip, you can see it push out even more, okay? And instead of just the sharp outline, you also see this sort of like horn-like protrusion. Then this third frame is the one that really blew my mind and sealed it for me that this is some entity being unleashed, some demonic entity being unleashed from Travis Scott. Look at that. That's a demonic, monstrous looking claw reaching out right towards that person. And that's why I played this clip several times and I broke it down frame by frame. This is the most damning of it all. This is the most high quality detail you get in this clip. And then in the next frame you can see it, it seems to turn almost into some kind of like bull-like entity or creature or apparition, where you can see horns coming off of the front Now maybe people will understand more clearly what he meant by sneaking the wild ones in, like he said in this tweet that he now of course deleted. Okay? And again, they have to tell you what they're doing. Look at his shirt. He's literally telling you what they're doing. Not only are they bringing demons into this dimension, but they're siphoning souls off into the other. And another unstated part of this is, I know concerts can get a little hectic in a mosh pits. You may have trouble breathing, but the degree of difficulty breathing that people had in this event is unreal. Okay? Look at all these headlines. Okay? First of all, these people that were at the event saying they felt that like they needed to escape. They needed to get out right away, okay? And what was center stage at the beginning of this concert, in red lettering, the escape plan. It's all there, folks. And that's why you get these people into a heightened state of fear. This is again why I stress to people, they always have to tell you. In this tweet, before the event, feast this Friday. And I think we now all know exactly what he meant by feast. As you can see in this picture, it's a feast of souls. And look at center stage at that thing. That looks exactly like what you see on Travis Scott's album cover and also what was at the event. You have to understand with these people too, it's about words and energy as much as anything else. Okay? You have to pay attention to the words. It's no coincidence that this festival happened at a festival called Astroworld. Okay? Astroworld is a reference to the astral plane. And there's hidden meanings in words, okay? World, in this case, means world as in spun, as in twisted. So the translation being a twisted astral plane, okay? And this is another level of what they're doing here, okay? It's not just a spiritual war, it's a dimensional war. And these things are coming at us from the fourth dimension, okay? The astral plane. And this is a big reason why they do these events, so they can link between our dimension and theirs. And if you wanted any more proof, here's another screenshot from a movie called Metropolis. Another movie that is a heavily disclosure of the elite's plans, and it shows the exact same concept, you know, this exact same imagery once again. It's not a coincidence, folks. In order to understand all this better, you need to understand who Travis Scott is. And he's been telling us who he is for quite some time. Music video is unreal. It is unbelievable. First of all, within the first 5-10 seconds, the viewer is hit with these rapid fire images, okay? They shoot off so quick you can't really register them when you watch it in real time, and you actually have to slow it down and break it down frame by frame to get all these screenshots. So just in the first few seconds, here's what you're blasted with. A woman with blood all over her lips and face. A skeleton sitting alone in a red curtained room. Very reminiscent of Twin Peaks. And then, once again, it flashes back to more women with blood all over their faces. It shows Travis Scott for a brief second looking like he's in this huge amount of pain or getting attacked. The very next frame is what looks like his body burning up into hellfire. Okay, this is symbolic of him selling his soul. Come on. How is it normal or even related to the song or anything else to have all these women with blood all over their face? And this is something I'll break down in another video. But the elite, quote unquote elite, they are heavily obsessed with cannibalism, okay? They are addicted to blood, and that is why they will consistently flaunt their imagery and shove it down your throats. And if people have been paying attention, it's everywhere now. That's why, again, it's no coincidence you're seeing this. Now, some sheeple will probably still say, oh, well, you know, that's probably just, you know, him being edgy or something like that. Okay, well, here's another video, Butterfly Effect, and here you see the same thing. Blood all over their lips. Like they just feasted on somebody. Like it was a satanic ritual, maybe. Another guy associated with Travis Scott is The Weeknd. And, well, look at that. Look at his album cover. Where have we seen that before? Again, this look like you just finished eating somebody or something. Very disturbing stuff. And again, it's part of the occult power of this. They shove it right in front of your face, not only so they can get away with it easier, but also as a sick inside joke, laughing at everybody, at the unwitting masses. Look at what we can get away with right in front of you people, and you will do nothing about it. It's why it pisses me off so much, and this is the whole reason I was so compelled to start this channel and to let people know what's going on, because this has to stop. And people have to be aware of what's going on if we want to have any chance at stopping these events from happening. Oh, and in case you thought it was a coincidence, here is a screenshot from The Weeknd's music video called Party Monster. Yeah, and that's not a coincidence, called Monster either. And in the video, several screenshots of, again, women with blood all over their face. They're telling you who they are, okay? And when someone tells you who they are, believe them. Some people are going to get caught up and they're going to focus their rage solely on Travis Scott, okay? You have to realize him, just like all of these other celebrities, they're just puppets, okay? And again, they tell you that right in front of your face. This is one of Travis Scott's album covers, okay? And he's depicted as a puppet on the front. That's because he is, all right? And as much as he was fully aware of what was going on in this ritual, and he knew what he was doing, he definitely didn't orchestrate it by himself. He's just a puppet of the masked figures behind him, the ones in the shadows pulling the strings. And those are the ones that we really need to focus our attention on. Now, I told you before that this is all about siphoning energy, and it goes so much deeper than just a ritual. It's happening all the time. All of your emotional energy, especially the lower ones, are being taken from you. They're feeding on your energy, and you need to wake up. And again, if you have the eyes to see, you can see signs. You can see this everywhere.
Hold on to something. I put an unbounded vacuum inside a temporal field until a world developed. I then introduced the people of this world to the wonders of electricity in the form of a device I call a flubel crank. What they don't know is that 80% of every crank's energy output gets channeled out of the miniverse to be used by us. No more Google boxes.
I gotta tell you, Z, with no disrespect, I really think what you're doing here is unethical. It's not cool.
What?
You got the people on this world slaving away, making your power? I mean, that's what I call slavery.
No. They work for each other in exchange for money, which they then...
Well, that just sounds like slavery with extra step. President of your fake world has something fake important to show you.
It's not much now, but once I learn to accelerate the temporal field, I'll be able to interact with any sentient life that evolves and introduce them to the wonders of electricity via a pulley-based device I call a blooble yank. But what they won't know is...
You'll be taking most of their energy. Yeah, I get it.
It's showtime.
You do realize this will make the flubel crank obsolete? This is wrong, Kyle. What you're doing is wrong. You're basically... This is slavery. You're talking about creating a planet of slaves.
Told you, Zeep.
Oh, they won't be slaves. They'll work for each other and pay each other money.
That just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
For the longest time, I wouldn't believe it. And then I saw the fields with my own eyes. Watched them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living. And standing there, facing the pure, horrifying precision, I came to realize the obviousness of the truth. What is the Matrix? Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
The other really very difficult part of this, and it's another reason why I feel so compelled to start this channel, to make these videos, and to get the word out, is because they feast specifically on the energy of children. 480,000 missing children every year in the US? That's an astronomical number. And it's not a coincidence, folks. These kids are being fed on. They're being sacrificed. It's pure life energy, okay? It hasn't been distorted. It hasn't been messed with yet. And that is why they feast on it so much. Because they use it to keep them alive and stay immortal. And this sounds like fantasy, but again, they tell you right in front of your face. Here is a clip from a very seemingly innocent movie called Monsters, Inc. But this is exactly how they do it. They'll put it in kids shows, they'll put it in the places you least expect. Because you'll take it as a joke, you'll take it as innocent, when it's some of the most sick shit ever, okay? And this clip is basically showing how, and I'm sure many people know, that the premise of the movie is that these monsters scare children, okay, to harvest their fear. Here is another clip showing that how they feast on the fear and the pure energy of children. This clip is from Dr. Sleep. It's a movie about basically the sequel to The Shining. And there is a cult known as the True Knot that is a group of vampires that feast off the energy of children, and specifically children with gifted abilities, special gifts, because the energy is more potent, and they call it shine, and they feed off this shine in order to keep themselves immortal. I'm going to warn you ahead of time, this is a very graphic clip, okay? And it's not easy to watch. It's even more difficult to watch knowing that this is happening every day. This is happening especially during all the major ritual days, like November 5th, the same day the Astroworld Festival took place. And this is why it's so hard for me to keep my cool when I talk about these things, knowing that this kind of shit is happening all the time.
Number 19. Kid, you were good.
No! No, please let me go. I won't tell, please. Please. Are you gonna hurt me?
Pain purifies steam. Fear too, so you understand.
What is it?
You're a king, and you eat fear.
Here's a clip from another movie very similar to The Matrix called Dark City, showing this same concept of using the dead for energy.
Escape. The city's ours. We made it.
What are you talking about?
We fashioned this city on stolen memories. Different eras, different pasts, all rolled into one. Each night we revise it, refine it, in order to learn.
Learn what?
About you, Mr. Murdoch. You and your fellow inhabitants. What makes you human?
Why?
We need to be like you.
What are you?
You've seen what we are. We use your dead as vessels.
Once you have the eyes to see, you can see how all of this stuff connects. And how with all of these crazy, tragic events, these rituals that are carried out, they always tell you it's going to happen ahead of time. Here again, I'm going to show you how they do this. And once people start waking up, they'll realize what's going on here. Here is one of the toys that was given out during a Lakers game that apparently was only to people that were courtside or, you know, really high ticket people. Okay, we're all given this toy. And what is it? It's Kobe Bryant as a helicopter. Now, this just alone by itself, you may go, okay, well, that's kind of crazy, but, you know, just a coincidence. Okay, well, how about these clips then?
I'd be the ass chick. So I should.
Oh shit! It's Kobe Bryant.
And just to further drive home the point of what I'm talking about, here is a clip courtesy of Odd TV, and I linked their channel and the video in the description of, and this is just a small sampling. Their whole video has over 90 different instances of how many different times they have shown 9/11 happening.
Fuck! What's that? Look! It's the towers! They're falling!
1963, Wonder Woman comic book cover. 1970, 30 Seconds Over New York, book by Robert Bacard. 1973, Godzilla vs. Megalon, movie poster. 1973, Superman comic. 1975, Cracked magazine cover. 1976, 9/11, a book by Thomas Chastain. 1976, Sesame Street magazine cover. 1976, Spidey Super Stories comic book cover. 1978, Super Friends TV show, the episode entitled Monolith of Evil. 1978, Dr. John, City Lights album cover. 1979, Meteor movie poster. 1979, Supertramp, Breakfast in America album cover. 1979, Saga, Images at Twilight album cover. 1979, Pakistan International Airlines ad. 1983.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Third Eye TV, everyone. I got some really mind-blowing info for you that, again, nobody else is talking about. Thanks for tuning in.